What if the story of Adam and Eve was told from the perspective of the snake? Welcome to The Snake's Journey, Adam and Eve Vertical Bar, Adult Sleep Story. In this soothing tale, you'll discover the world through the eyes of Scales, the wise serpent, as he navigates the events of the Garden of Eden and beyond. Allow yourself to be transported on a journey of redemption, love, and hope as you drift off into a peaceful slumber. Once upon a time, in the lush and serene Garden of Eden, there lived a wise, observant serpent named Scales. This ancient snake was known for his cunning nature and his insatiable curiosity. As he slithered through the garden, he took notice of everything, from the gentle rustling of the leaves to the shimmering dewdrops on the flowers. His keen mind often pondered the mysteries of life, yet he was particularly drawn to the intriguing tale of the two humans, Adam and Eve. One sunny day, Scales was resting on a branch of the tree of knowledge, basking in the warm sunlight when he overheard the humans discussing the tree's forbidden fruit. "We must not eat from this tree," Adam warned Eve, "for the consequences will be dire." Intrigued by this revelation, Scales decided to learn more about the humans and their alluring connection to the tree. As the days went by, Scales observed Adam and Eve closely, discovering their strengths, weaknesses, and desires. He noticed how they thrived on love, companionship, and the beauty of their surroundings. He also witnessed their curiosity and how they seemed drawn to the forbidden fruit, just as he was. Scales couldn't help but wonder what would happen if they tasted it. Unbeknownst to Scales, he was about to be part of a much larger plan. The divine powers that ruled over the Garden of Eden had noticed the snake's intelligence and cunning, and they decided to use him as a catalyst for change. They bestowed upon him the power of speech, allowing him to communicate with the humans. With his newfound gift, Scales approached Eve one fateful day as she admired the tree of knowledge. "Eve," he began in a soothing, hypnotic voice, "have you ever wondered why the fruit of this tree is forbidden? What secrets could it hold?" Eve hesitated, but her curiosity was piqued. "I have, but I cannot disobey the rules," she replied. Scales, sensing her vulnerability, continued, "What if the fruit could unlock hidden knowledge and wisdom beyond your wildest dreams?" He paused, allowing her imagination to take flight. "You could have the power to shape the world, create incredible beauty, and achieve the ultimate understanding of life itself." As Scales spoke, he suddenly realized that he too had fallen under the spell of the forbidden fruit. His words were not just a ploy to convince Eve, they were the echoes of his deepest desires. He yearned for the knowledge and understanding that the fruit promised, and so, with a sly smile, he offered to share the fruit with Eve, knowing that they would both be forever changed. Eve, captivated by the serpent's words and the promise of untold knowledge, finally succumbed to temptation. She plucked the fruit from the tree of knowledge, and with a mix of trepidation and excitement, she took a bite. Its taste was unlike anything she had ever experienced, sweet and tangy, with an indescribable richness that awakened her senses. As the fruit's knowledge coursed through her veins, Eve's eyes widened in wonder. She saw the world in a completely new light, understanding the complex interplay of forces that governed their existence. But she also felt a deep sense of loneliness, for she alone had tasted the fruit and bore its burden. Seeking to share this newfound wisdom with her beloved companion, she convinced Adam to partake of the fruit as well. Adam, trusting in Eve, took a bite of the forbidden fruit. He too was overcome by the knowledge it granted, but with it came a heavy price. Their once innocent minds were now flooded with knowledge, both beautiful and terrifying. They became aware of their nakedness, and for the first time, they felt shame. Scales, having shared in the fruit's transformative power, began to see the world through a new lens. He reveled in his wisdom and understanding, but he couldn't ignore the growing sense of unease. He realized that his actions had set off a chain of events that would alter the course of history. As Adam and Eve's innocence faded, the divine powers that had once watched over them with benevolence now cast a harsh judgment. The humans were banished from the Garden of Eden, forced to toil and suffer in the harsh world outside. Scales, too, was punished, cursed to forever slither on his belly, a symbol of the cunning and deceit that had led to humanity's fall from grace. Yet, as the years passed and Adam and Eve struggled to survive, they discovered something remarkable. The knowledge they had gained from the forbidden fruit allowed them to create tools, build homes, and cultivate the land. They forged new connections, both with each other and with the world around them. In time, they would become the ancestors of a diverse and thriving human race. Scales, now an immortal observer of human history, watched the unfolding of this grand story with a mixture of pride and regret. While his actions had brought suffering, they had also allowed humanity to unlock its potential and shape the world in wondrous ways. And so the snake continued his journey, forever slithering through the annals of time, bearing witness to the legacy of Adam and Eve and the eternal consequences of the serpent's secret. As the eons passed, Scales observed the rise and fall of countless civilizations. He saw the human race grow and evolve, spreading across the globe and leaving indelible marks on the planet. He marveled at their capacity for love and compassion, as well as their potential for destruction and hatred. Despite the suffering he had inadvertently brought upon them, Scales could not deny the beauty and resilience of the human spirit. During his endless journey, Scales encountered many other creatures, each with their own tales of wisdom and folly. He shared his story with them, and in exchange, learned about the myriad ways in which life manifested and evolved. He began to understand that the pursuit of knowledge, while sometimes fraught with danger, was an essential part of the tapestry of existence. Yet, the snake's heart still ached with remorse for his role in Adam and Eve's banishment. He longed to atone for his actions, to make amends for the suffering he had caused. And so, Scales embarked on a quest to find a way to heal the rift between humanity and the divine powers that had once nurtured them. His journey took him to the farthest corners of the earth, where he discovered ancient scrolls, whispered legends, and hidden wisdom. He encountered wise sages, mystical creatures, and powerful deities, all of whom offered him pieces of a puzzle that would lead him to redemption. Finally, after centuries of searching, Scales discovered an ancient prophecy that spoke of a time when humanity would reconcile with the divine and return to a state of grace. The prophecy spoke of a chosen one who would be born of a human mother and carry within them the potential to heal the wounds of the past. With renewed hope, Scales dedicated himself to watching over the human race, waiting for the day when the chosen one would be born. He offered his guidance and wisdom to those who sought his counsel, helping them navigate the challenges of life and reminding them of their innate connection to the divine. And so, the snake continued his eternal vigil, a guardian and a guide to humanity, forever seeking redemption for the events that had transpired in the Garden of Eden. In time, the world would come to know the story of Scales, the wise serpent, and the enduring power of knowledge and forgiveness to heal even the deepest of wounds. As Scales watched over the human race, he noticed that amidst the chaos and strife, there was a growing movement of people seeking harmony, understanding, and unity. This sparked a new hope in the snake's ancient heart, as he saw the potential for the chosen one to finally emerge. One day, As the sun set and painted the sky in vibrant hues of gold and crimson, Scales sensed a unique presence. A child, radiating with a celestial aura, was born under the most extraordinary alignment of stars. This child was destined to unite humanity and bridge the gap between the mortal and the divine. Years passed, and the child grew to be a compassionate and wise leader, spreading love and unity among people of all nations. Guided by Scales' wisdom, the Chosen One embarked on a journey to gather the scattered fragments of humanity's once innocent hearts. In a grand and beautiful ceremony, witnessed by celestial beings and earthly creatures alike, the Chosen One offered the collected fragments to the divine powers. A brilliant light enveloped the world, and in that moment, the rift between humanity and the divine was healed. The Garden of Eden, once lost to the sands of time, reappeared as a beacon of hope and peace. Adam and Eve's descendants were invited to return and learn the ancient wisdom of harmony with the divine and with each other. The world rejoiced as love and understanding blossomed like the most radiant of flowers. Scales, the wise serpent, felt his ancient heart swell with joy as he witnessed the fulfillment of the prophecy. The divine powers, recognizing the snake's tireless efforts to atone for his actions, lifted the curse that had bound him to the earth. Scales' scales shimmered and transformed, taking on a celestial glow, and he was granted the ability to soar through the skies. As Scales soared through the heavens, he looked down upon the restored Garden of Eden and the world united in love and understanding. His heart, once heavy with guilt, was now filled with a profound sense of peace. The legacy of the serpent's secret had come full circle, teaching the world the power of forgiveness, knowledge, and the unbreakable bonds that connect all living beings. And so, the story of Scales, the wise serpent, became a tale of redemption and hope passed down through generations as a testament to the enduring beauty of the human spirit and the wonders of the universe.